Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I did it. 100 miles in 1 week. 161 kilometers. So if you like that achievement, definitely hit the like button. And also please leave a comment about what your highest weekly mileage has been in your life. And while you're at it, you might as well hit that subscribe button for more. And also you might as well follow me on social media. I'll leave the descriptions down below. So let's get to it. So I had a couple goals this week leading off of last week. If you haven't seen last week's video, you might want to check that out. But essentially last week, I just wanted to push through that humidity, get the distance that I desired, and of course, get a little bit of hill training in. Of course, I did say this week I wanted to increase the miles even more, increase the pace even more, and still get those hills in. So that's what I did. So starting on Monday, I wanted to do a confidence building run, an up-tempo long run. So overall the run was 30 kilometers, which was absolutely great. The average pace for that run was 4:06 per kilometer, and that includes my warm-up and cool down. So for my warm-up, I felt so good. I actually ran a 4:16 pace for my warm-up, which is far greater than my warm-up ever is, but I just felt so good, and I think it was because there wasn't any humidity, so I just felt more fresh because I haven't been driving that pace very much. So after I stopped and stretched after a 5K warm-up, then I started the progressive long run. I did 5 kilometers at 4:10 pace, 5 kilometers at 4:05 pace, 5 kilometers at 4 minutes per kilometer pace, and finally the last 6 kilometers at a 3:56 pace. Totaling 21 kilometers, then I finished with a 4-kilometer cool down. And even during my cool down, my body just wanted to keep going. And I actually had to actively slow myself down. So it was an absolutely dynamite run. And I am completely confident right now that I could at least hit sub 3 in the marathon. Obviously, there are factors that could prevent that, but right now my confidence is booming. So on Tuesday, I kept the good week going. I did a nice 20-kilometer hilly run. I believe it was over 300 meters of elevation. I'll put it up on the screen just so you guys can see. But I did do a 4:24 pace, so it was still a really good run. And I did it in the same location that I did last week, which led me into Wednesday, which I did a 32-kilometer long run. I just wanted to go at a nice steady but hard pace. It was a tiny bit slower than sub 3-hour marathon, which is actually a bit faster than I had planned to go, but I felt so good again that I just kept driving the pace. And I believe it was a 4:19 per kilometer pace, a steady 32-kilometer run. So on Wednesday, I actually tried out my new shirt. This just came in the mail, I believe it was on Tuesday. Because my last New Balance singlet was a little bit too big with a medium, I decided to go a little bit smaller and went with a small. I changed the color a little bit too. So I just wanted to try it out, going a nice long distance to see how it feels. Even though it was a little bit warm, I kept it on the entire time. It definitely did feel better than my other shirt. It didn't chafe nearly as much. I still chafed a little bit on the armpits, and that's only because my lats protrude a little bit and it's constant rubbing no matter what shirt I wear. But I think with enough body glide, I should be fine for the marathon. Thursday, on the other hand, was another 20-kilometer run, just again going for the miles. I think I did a 4:29 pace. I could definitely tell that my legs were a little bit fatigued from the 3 runs prior to it, but it was nothing concerning. I knew that the following day I would be fine. And then we come to Friday. Friday was completely unplanned. I had no expectations on Friday's run. I was actually planning on doing another easy run, maybe another 4:30 pace, and just do it on a nice flat course so I could do a more hilly run on Saturday. That's not what happened. I ended up doing a very hilly run again. It was almost 400 meters by the end, except this time I actually did a little bit of a hill workout. So around my house, I found a nice gradual hill that's actually 1.25 kilometers long. Doesn't really let up at any point. There's a few points that kind of taper a little bit, but for the most part, it's a good incline. So it is actually a segment that I made so I could see the stats in a better way. So the overall hill was a 3% grade. At some points it was about a 2% grade, but at other points it was as high as 5% grade. And overall it was 38 meters of elevation from the bottom to the top. So it was a nice hill. And I did this because in the marathon that I'm training for, there is a little bit of a hill. I think it's like 300 or 400 meters long, and it's about 10 meters of elevation gain. So what I tried to do is find a hill with around the similar grade as the one I'd be running in the marathon, except a much longer distance. So in that way, I trained my legs to be able to run up that hill at a nice, comfortable pace. So what I did is I did 5 repeats at a little bit slower of a pace than a sub 3-hour marathon. First one I did go a little bit hard. I went at a 4:07 pace, which is actually about a 2:55 marathon pace. And then I found my pace during the next 4, which I did a 4:14, a 4:13, 4:13, and 4:12. So I was gradually getting a little bit faster. And then in the future, probably in 2 weeks, I'm gonna try that again, maybe do 7 or 8 repeats, except either maintain that pace or even get a little bit faster. So on my recovery, I did the 1.25 kilometer descent at sub 3-hour marathon pace as well. So going up, I went at about a 4:15 pace. Going down, I went at about a 4:15 pace. And then finally, Saturday and Sunday, I did 2 nice easy runs. Saturday, I just did a 20 kilometer at a 4:26 pace. It was comfortable, it was steady, and it definitely didn't strain my legs too much. So today, I actually had planned to do a 19 kilometer, just an easy run, but I actually went out with a buddy Carter, and I actually paced him for about 9 kilometers at a sub 3-hour marathon pace, so a 4:15 marathon pace. And we went a little bit further than I expected out, so on the way back I ended up stopping at about 21 kilometers. But we definitely did the warm-up and the cool down very, very easy, so it still gave my legs a nice recovery. And then I came home and just sat in a nice ice bath for a good 20 minutes while watching YouTube. So with that, I'm gonna flash on the screen that we did 101 miles, which is 163 kilometers. Boom! That's basically it. So before today's run, I was actually at a 4:19 pace for 142 kilometers, which is wild. Even if I would have just finished with that, it would have been the best week of my life. After today's run, which I believe was a 4:53 per kilometer pace, if you put it all together, it was actually 163 kilometers at a 4:24 per kilometer pace. Awesome. So now that we're 4 weeks out from the marathon, I'm gonna do a nice long taper of 4 weeks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna decrease my mileage every week, but increase my speed workouts a little bit every week. So on Thursday this week, I'm gonna release the benefits of the tempo run. And then of course next week, I'm gonna release another weekly update video for you. So for all you guys watching, run on, and I'll see you guys next video. Peace.